What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is me showing make a modern house. This is the 77th installment of Modern House, and yeah, this one's okay in my opinion. I think that it's definitely something that I haven't done before, and yeah, it's okay. Also, ignore the building on the to the left of it. It's totally not the next tutorial, but yeah, you know, it's decent, and I will be giving a few different design ideas and also show the inside space, but yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so the space you're going to be needing for this is a 27 by 25, and the materials you'll be needing are white concrete, if I can grab it, black stained glass panes, black stained glass blocks, acacia doors, light gray concrete. You can probably guess what the next one is. Gray concrete. Well, there's still a lot of materials left. Dark oak wood planks. Smooth quartz slabs. And oak fence. Exactly 9. I believe that is exactly how many we need for this entire build, which works out nicely. Starting from the front left-hand corner of your 27 by 25 build, cough cough, if you made it, you want to count right by 1, and going up you want to place 3 oak fence. We'll leave a 5 block gap going right, and you want to place another 3 oak fence moving up. So as you can see, there's 5 blocks right there. I should make it tiled blocks instead, so it's easier to count. Like, when I'm doing something like that where I say 5 block gap, in case you're confused, I think it'd be easier if it was a tiled block. Block of emerald, duh. I want to make sure that it is 3 and it's not 4. Okay, yeah, it is 3. You then want to bring either one up with a gray concrete. If I can place it, there we go. And connect them together in the center. Looks like we're trying to build a hot dog stand so far. A modern hot dog stand, which works. You want to bring the far left and the far gray concretes up with an additional gray concrete, and then place ups and on smooth quartz slabs in the middle. So you have a little slit here. This slit will be filled in later, just the way that I built this. I was thinking about having that as the railing, but I realized that as far as floor levels are concerned, it would be easier just to have it filled in. So, if you wanted, you could totally do that again and have another gap, which is the railing. That might take it a little extreme, but, I mean, it's up to you. At the left side, you want to bring this backwards by... Hang on, let me count. 7. Which is correct. So basically, okay, sorry, I should have specified that. Bring the bottom gray concrete back by 7, and then the top gray concrete back with 7 ups and on smooth quartz slabs. Sorry, that was bad, wording. What you want to do is behind this upside down smooth quartz slab, you want to place a white concrete, and then bring it down to the ground. Now, this isn't like any other house I've really made, because it has the multi-colors. You probably saw it at the intro, but like how it's white concrete here, and above this it will be dark oak. That's why the smooth quartz slabs are actually here to begin with. None of these would have been here. I would have probably just filled this in with flat gray concrete, but I added them because I thought that it would go well with the other stripe, which I think it does. But now what you want to do is, okay, I thought I did that wrong. You want to bring this bottom white concrete right by 1. Backward diagonally to the right with a black stained glass block. Right with an acacia door. Right with a black stained glass. Forward diagonally to the right with a white concrete. Right by 1. Forward diagonally to the right with a gray concrete. Forward 2. Right 1. Backward diagonally to the right with a black stained glass block. Right with an acacia door. right with a black stained glass, forward diagonally to the right with a gray concrete, right by 1, and then we'll stop there. You want to bring your white concretes up with 3 white concrete, your gray concretes up with 4 gray concrete, your black stained glass blocks up with 2 black glass, and then your door up with 1 black glass. So once you have your finishing product, you should have... Ooh, that actually worked nicely if I didn't fall off. Or would have worked nice if I didn't fall off. But you should have this. You want to connect the gray concrete and the white concrete over the black glass door area, although it does just want to go straight across. It does not want to go back. So it should be 1 row of white concrete above and 2 rows of gray concrete. You'll see why it's like that in a minute. I wasn't just doing that for fun. I did that for a reason. What you want to do now is, I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, but you want to come back to this right oak fence section. And you want to bring the bottom gray concrete back with 7 gray concrete. And the top gray concrete back with 7 upside down smooth quartz slabs. Then behind that back smooth quartz slab, you want to place a white concrete. Just like that. You want to bring either white concrete inwards by 1, and then inwards with 3 light gray concrete. So basically just fill in the center of that with light gray concrete. I know that looks weird, but it'll be covered up later. Now behind this, you want to place whatever your floor material will be for the inside. So I'm just going to do light gray concrete. If you don't know what your floor material will be, I would just do light gray concrete or just some random block. And then later, change that to your floor material once you build the floor. But, yeah. And then everything in front of those light gray concretes wants to be filled in with light gray concrete. So basically, at the level of the upside down smooth quartz slabs, just fill in the center of this in with light gray concrete. That's why that slit is now filled in. It doesn't actually look bad with it filled in. Like, if I remove those blocks, it's a little bit more bright. But with the light gray concrete, it doesn't look bad because it's a different color. Although it does kind of blend in with the gray. But, you know, from the underside, it should look like this. You could fill in the underside with a block if you'd like. I wouldn't. I would just leave it like that. But it's up to you. Now... come to the back left-hand corner, I guess, where you have this white concrete area. From this back left-hand upper right concrete, sorry, this one, you want to place a dark oak plank on top of it. Bring it right by 1. Backward diagonally to the right with a black stained glass block. Right with an acacia door. Right with a black stained glass block. Forward diagonally to the right with a dark oak plank. Right with a dark oak plank. And then... I was going to do a little bit more. Actually, yeah. Move forward diagonally to the right with a white concrete, and then forward by 2. You want to bring your... Now you want to bring your white concrete up with 3 rows of white concrete. Your dark oak up with 3 rows of dark oak. Your black glass up with 2 black glass. And your acacia door up with 1 black glass. So you should have this. Which feels so slow yet so quick at the same time, and I don't know how I feel about it. This is kind of a complicated house, though. You then want to place dark oak wood planks above the black glass doorway. Just like that. Also, the reason I added 2 doorways on the bottom is because this one's like a garage. This is supposed to be a garage right here, so like, let's say you have like a car. If you don't want to be, like, squeezing in behind the car, then that's why there are 2 doors. So I had a front door and a garage door, technically. Although, it's not really a garage door when someone can just kind of walk over here and just walk in the house. Not really. I mean, there are, like, doors on the outside of garages sometimes, but still. Alright, what you want to do now is on top of this front row of gray concrete here, you want to place a row of white concrete. Going left to right on top of this row, you want to place 5 black stained glass panes and a white concrete. Copy that row one more time. Did I? No, I didn't. It placed that block, and I didn't think it did. And then you want to place a row of white concrete on top of that. It looks a little weird. It looks like an Among Us character with gray pants and a white helmet. You're welcome. See, those are the pants, and that's like the helmet. That I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind, because I haven't played Among Us in forever. It's all that it seems to be though on Discord, just Among Us memes. But yeah. Now what you want to do is you want to place moving forward diagonally to the right from your Among Us character. You want to place a light gray concrete. Bring it right by 3. And then I want to check if it's 1 or 2 rows up. It is 2. Okay, so you want to bring it up by 2 rows with light gray concrete. Now going left to right or right to left does not matter. You want to place 1 light gray concrete, 2 black stained glass panes, and a light gray concrete. You want to copy that row 4 more times. I know that's an unusual number, because this is a larger window than usual. I was going to say unless you're at the hospital, but you haven't seen that yet. Although you probably saw it earlier. Here it is in the background. You want to place a row of light gray concrete on top of that, then. Hospital will be the next thing you see. And then I will do an interior for it as well. But yeah, there's a little sneak peek. What you want to do now is you want to, from the bottom, I guess the kind of the bottom right-hand corner of this last section that we just made, this big tower-looking one, you want to place moving backward diagonally to the right by 1. You want to place a light gray concrete. And then only bring it right by 3. I'm splitting this into 2 sections, and you'll see why. Actually, it's going to be more like 3, because we're going to do this, and then the corner, and then the right in the back. What you want to do now is going left to right or right to left on top of that does not matter. You want to place a light gray concrete, 2 black stained glass panes, and a light gray concrete. Copy that row one more time. And you want to place 2 rows of light gray concrete on top of that. This is a strange house. This really is a strange house. Now what you want to do, adding on to this section, so going right from it, you want to place 3 light gray concrete. And then you want to bring it backwards by 3. Let's see why we're doing it this way. You want to, moving left to right on top of that row, you want to place 3 black stained glass panes, and then move backwards with 2, and then a light gray concrete. So you can have a corner, just like that. You want to copy that row 4 more times again. It will be 1 row taller, 1 block taller than the light gray concrete section that we just made. This little short one with the 2x2 window. I know it's kind of random, but yeah. And then left of this top black stained glass pane, you want to place a light gray concrete. You want to bring that light gray concrete that you just brought up by 1, which is this one, and you want to bring it backwards with 2 black stained glass panes, light gray concrete, and then right with 2 black stained glass panes. Just like that. So you should be connecting, basically, you should basically just be connecting a square. Just like that. You want to place a row of light gray concrete on top of this. If you wanted to, this would probably be absurd, but if you wanted to, you could replace this light gray concrete with a black stained glass pane, this light gray concrete, and this light gray concrete. So you had 1 row at the top going all the way around. I wouldn't recommend doing that because it might look a little goofy, but it's up to you. Alright. What you want to do now with this section, when I'm done with it, is you want to fill in the roof of it in with black stained glass blocks. Then, on top of this outer row of light gray concrete, you want to place a row of smooth quartz slabs. I guess a square of it. And then you want to bring that outwards with a row of gray concrete. That actually just sprouted an idea, which I'll talk about at the end, once we get to the roof, because it involves the roof. Now, from this bottom back right-hand corner of this section, you want to place moving backwards 14 light gray concrete. And then bring it left with 10 light gray concrete. I do just want to make sure that I have that correct. Okay, kinda. You want to then place 2 rows of light gray concrete on top of that row. I see why I only say kind of. And then going from this back left-hand corner, moving right and then forward, you want to place 1 light gray concrete, 2 black stained glass panes, and then the rest of your row wants to be light gray concrete. Copy that row one more time. I know it isn't ending, is it? And then what you want to do is you want to, going left to right again now, you want to place, so from this back left-hand corner moving right, you want to place light gray concrete, 2 black stained glass panes, and a light gray concrete. You want to copy that row 2 more times, and place a row of light gray concrete on top of it. Now, if you want, the reason I'm saying this is not required is because some of this will kind of be shaded off, or it will be. What I would do is, actually I'll talk about that in a minute, but I'll talk about it once we get there. But basically what you want to do is you want to connect this light gray concrete wall front to back. You only have to connect the top 4 rows together of this right side here. Now, I'm saying you don't have to do this because there is that little white concrete section there, which might obstruct it. Or the wall will obstruct the, I guess, section, kind of. Basically, what I mean by that is just the wall will be in the way if you want to connect it to the actual house. I just think it's easier to build the wall right now, but it's still, because it's a straight line, it isn't hard to measure without it. So, it's not going to be really, like, measured out, except for maybe this next step. But what you want to do now is, for this next step, you want to fill in the roof of this right side here in with light gray concrete. If you didn't build the wall, it's basically just take this first row of this little short 2x2 window section, you can see this one right here, and just connect it straight back, and everything to the right of that wants to be filled in with light gray concrete. I would leave this section here open. I would place light gray concrete only under the black stained glass panes, and then the rest of it just leave it open. You can turn this section into a balcony if you'd like. I don't have it as a balcony. I didn't make it a balcony just because I felt like with this in the way, because after I built the roof on this, I was like, okay, yeah, this makes it tight. But it isn't, like, terrible, so it's up to you. But that is actually the majority of the front of your build done. One more thing we're going to do before we move on to the left side, though. On top of the smooth quartz block, or upside down smooth quartz slabs and gray concrete section, you want to place a row of black stained glass panes on top of all of your upside down smooth quartz slabs and gray concretes. Except for the back 2 on the right side. Because you don't need to place them on top of that. It will automatically connect to this wall here. And that's really all that you need it to do. Now, come to the left side and you want to bring your white concrete wall backwards by 14. This includes the dark oak plank section. And if you are a little bit uncertain with the measurements, it should line up with this right wall here. The light gray concrete wall. But yeah, this entire wall just wants to be brought backwards. Hopefully everyone's having a good day, and sometimes it's starting to take me longer to say that in these tutorials, because I'm just talking. But it means that they're getting more complex, which in a way is good. Like, they're less just, oh, fill in this wall here just flat. No, it's more intricate stuff. Then what you want to do is you want to bring the white concrete section only right by 6. This far back block of it. The reason the dark oak isn't going to be brought back is because it has a window. Spoiler alert. Which, how big is that window? Oh, it's right there. Okay. You want to bring the bottom row of dark oak right by 6 as well. I feel like something bit me on my ankle. Although I don't think anything did. And then going left to right, you want to place 1 dark oak plank, 3 black stained glass panes, 2 dark oak planks. Copy that row one more time. And you want to place a row of dark oak with planks on top of that. If you want, you could change that to white stained glass panes, since it does kind of blend in with the dark oak planks, since they're both such dark blocks. That's actually why I didn't use gray concrete. I was originally going to make, I think, this. I was going to make this have an upper floor, and I was going to make it gray concrete. But then I thought that it looked a little weird, so I went to light gray concrete, and then I decided to change it to whatever this is. But, yeah. Now what you want to do is you want to, moving backward diagonally to the left by 1 from the white concrete. From the front of the build, or sorry, backward diagonally to the right by 1 from the front of the build. You want to place a gray concrete. Bring it right by 1. Forward diagonally to the right with a black stained glass block. Right with an acacia door. Right with a black stained glass block. Backward diagonally to the right with the gray concrete, and then right by 1. Then what you want to do is you want to bring your black glass up with 2 black glass. Your acacia door up with 1 black glass. And your gray concrete up with 4 gray concrete. This is the exact same as the front, spoiler alert. You then want to connect the top 2 rows of gray concrete together above the black glass. And you want to place a row of white concrete on top of that. Then moving left to right or right to left on top of that does not matter. You want to place a white concrete, 5 black stained glass panes, and a white concrete. Copy that row one more time. And you want to place a row of white concrete on top of that. There's the Among Us character again. He's back. As you can see, there are no really 2 colors of the same, or two sections of the same color other than those 2 touching that are the same. And I guess there, but that's technically 1 section, because that, well, it all is 1 section then. Because these 2 are technically connected, and that one is connected to there, so it's all 1 section. It's a dumb way to look at it, but come to the back, or kind of okay, this is hard to explain, but basically it's the right side of the build, but the back left-hand corner of that section. So it's the row right of this big light gray concrete wall if you placed it. If not, then it's just the block to the right of the back section with that big tall window. And what you want to do is you want to count forwards by 1, and you want to place a white concrete. Bring that right with 4 black stained glass panes, white concrete, forward with 4 black stained glass panes, white concrete, left with 4 black stained glass panes, and a white concrete. Copy that row 2 more times, or the entire, I guess, section. And now I'm going to talk about a few possible ideas. Okay, so first one is you could make a staircase that leads up into this section and have this a doorway, just like that. And then make this a balcony. Or you could have a stairwell that pops... Okay, this isn't like... I don't know how ideal this is necessarily, but it's always a possibility. You could have a staircase going out that goes into that section, and then it can come into this section as well, like the main floor. Or it's like its own sunroom or something. You can do a lot with this, make it a sunroom, make it whatever you think it is, but yeah, and then you want to place a white concrete on top of it as well. Forgot about that. Now, once you have done that, there are like 2 more steps and we're done. Although I'm going to make it more than just 2 to make it easier to say. You want to take out your upside down smooth quartz slabs, and going around the sections that either get split in half by colors or are only like that high. So basically, from this gray concrete section with the white concrete tops of the Among Us character, you want to place just a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs in front of that top row of gray concrete. Don't do anything over this big, tall, like gray concrete section, and you want to place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs in front of the next section over at the same height. So it's basically at the height of the ceiling here. And then once it overhangs by 1, bring it back. Once it overhangs by 1, bring it left until it is on the light gray concrete that is right to the right of the window. And then skip to the other side of the window and place upside down smooth quartz slabs going around this character to kind of give him like a dress or a skirt. And then you want to bring the upside down smooth quartz slabs the rest of the way around and connect them to this section with 1 block. Just like that. I'll try and show you an overhead view. Okay, yeah, it's going to be hard. I'll do a wraparound, I guess. So I'll show you all of it. So here's the left. Here is the back. As you can see, there is nothing over that window. That window is special. You could actually add it over the window if you wanted to. I'll show you how it looks with it over the window. I like it better without, but it's up to you. And then the right side, which the right side is very easy. And then the front. Now, what you want to do is on the top row of this building, you want to place a row of gray concrete. It doesn't matter if you do it on this wall right here, but I'm just going to. How I have it all the way across, I will. However, I do have an idea which might make that a little bit different. But it's hypothetical more so than anything. Which I'll talk about in a moment. Just like that. And then you want to bring it out on every single side by 1, including corners. So don't cut edges. Make sure that it has square, kind of 90-degree corners, I guess, if you will. But like, notice here on the back how it kind of like transitions so much. I think it does it on the front as well. See how it like never is just this. Basically, thinking of it as each one gets a wraparound going all the way around it. Like, think of this section right here, this white concrete one going front to back. Think of this as a square, where the gray concrete will go all the way around it and just create a rectangle, I guess. And it'll create a rectangle around it. Same with the dark oak section, same with the light gray concrete section. And use that philosophy to kind of make your sharp edges. They're kind of just all overlapping, just like that. Now, there are 2 things you could do. You could fill this in flat with gray concrete, just like this. Or the idea which I just thought of like 20 minutes ago is you could place, let's say, 2 rows of smooth quartz slabs moving inwards from all of this. And then fill in the roof from there in with black stained glass blocks. And wherever you have walls, either place smooth quartz slabs or gray concrete above them just so they're blocked. That would be a kind of sunroof effect. I'm not going to do that because gray concrete is better. But you could totally make a sunroof like that if you wanted. But again, I would make sure that it does split where the walls split so you can't like see the top of the walls, because I feel like that just looks really weird when you do that. Also, being weary of, what was it? Of these 2 big windows, don't like place your, like, I'd say make this a big old foyer or something. Like, have this with a big chandelier at the top or something. Make sure that this part is 2 stories, just because you don't want to have like a ceiling right here along the entire building and just cut the window off, because that would look really bad, especially if it's panes. If it's glass blocks, it doesn't look as bad, but if it's panes, it does not look good at all, because then the panes connect to the blocks, and it's just ew. But if you wanted to, you could just split that window. Like, you could take off the bottom half of it, maybe, or split it, per se, like, right where the ceiling and floor is. Like, take these 2 blocks out, or... Oh, no, it'd actually be these 2, I think. Yeah, these 2 blocks out. Yeah. And then bring this across, and then the window would be just above. It's up to you what you want to do from here, because once you build a house in your world, I consider it yours, but don't take it as your own at that point, because it technically still is. Well, I guess if you change it enough, then obviously it'd be considered yours. But I don't know. I don't think I've had a problem with people trying to steal my builds, but I mean, it is what it is, honestly. But just don't do it, because it's not cool for anyone. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys didn't, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your modern house, whatever number. It's like 78 or something at this point. I don't remember, or I don't know. I can actually check really quick. It is number, okay, it's all the way back here. It is 77. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.